It's CenturyLink Scouting Report time on SoundersFC.com. Hello everyone, I'm Arlo White. Well, it's July the 4th. It's a tradition now, it seems, in Major League Soccer that your Seattle Sounders travel to the Home Depot Center to face the LA Galaxy. 5 defeats in a row to the Galaxy, but what an occasion this should be. The Sounders are second in the Western Conference, above FC Dallas on goal difference, although Dallas have played 2 fewer games, but they're only 4 points behind the Galaxy. So at close of play on Independence Day, that gap could be just 1 point. Landon Donovan is back from US duty at the Gold Cup. David Beckham will probably miss the match. But in goal, a young fella, 22 years old, making his MLS debut. Brian Perk is LA's third choice goalkeeper. He's 22 years old. He was picked up last season after being waived by the Philadelphia Union. So he starts for the first time in Major League Soccer on Monday, we suspect. And here's why it was absolutely bizarre against San Jose last Saturday. Let's take a look. 20 minutes on the clock, out comes Donovan Ricketts, and that's a real collision with Kari Stevenson. Ricketts himself only just back from Gold Cup duty, and he is in terrible pain. 4 to 6 weeks out, a broken forearm. He had surgery during the week, so he's out of the game, obviously, and he's out of the Seattle Sounders clash as well. So in comes backup Josh Saunders. Less than 20 minutes later, what's he doing? He elbows Steven Lenhart in the face. There's only one choice for the referee. It's a red card for Saunders. I don't recall ever seeing this before. A bit of Anglo-Saxon language there from Bruce Arena. He's got to look around and decide what to do next. And he sent out Mike McGee, a striker, to go in goal for the first time in his career. And would you believe it? He earned MLS Save of the Week honours for smothering a late Steven Lenhart's effort to preserve a point in a 0-0 draw at Buckshaw Stadium. A remarkable situation. Well played, Mike McGee. But in comes Brian Perk. He's a former youth international at under-20s and under-17s with the United States. But he's young. It's his MLS debut. He wouldn't be human if he weren't nervous. So the Sounders have to test him early with crosses and with shots. So a goalkeeping crisis, you could say, at LA, but last week was a big moment defensively in another area for the LA Galaxy. Now, I've been back and I've checked the numbers. Since September 2009 and a 6-3 home loss to FC Dallas, the LA Galaxy have played 54 regular season games in Major League Soccer, and they've only conceded 43 goals. It's a remarkable effort and testament to the coaching and organising ability of Bruce Arena. But we showed you a few weeks ago, didn't we, that Toronto FC's Alan Gordon had worked out how to get the better of the little and large centre-back partnership of Omar Gonzalez and AJ De La Garza. This goal equalised it at 2-2 at the Home Depot Centre. Well, the problem may have been solved. Greg Berhalter is back after a lengthy absence. He started last week for the first time since October of 2010. He's acted as a real mentor to Omar Gonzalez, who's a young central defender who shows plenty of promise. But Berhalter has been a fantastic defender for the US national team. He's played in Europe for 15 years, but he's 38 years of age next month. And I think that they gain something in the air with having Berhalter back, but they may lose something on the ground, as Simon Dawkins of San Jose showed early in the piece in that 0-0 draw last week. Let's take a look. 11 seconds into the game, Bobby Convey gets the ball. Dawkins in the penalty area, gets the ball to his feet, and we'll pause it just there. He's used his strength to just muscle Berhalter off the ball there, hasn't he? He creates himself a yard. Let's play it on. Dawkins turns, lovely swivel and shot off the inside of the post. That was great play by Dawkins. So there's bound to be some ring rust for Greg Berhalter, a long time out of the game, working his way back in, and San Jose putting a great deal of pressure on LA early in the game. It didn't take long for another opportunity around the man that Greg Berhalter was supposed to be marking. Let's have a look at that. We're only in the 4th minute here. Berhalter climbs well, gets ahead of clear. You'd expect LA to clear this, but they don't. Lenhart takes possession, rolls it to Convey, and Lenhart continues his run, and we'll just pause it there. So look at this situation that's developed. Berhalter, who we'll highlight here, is getting dragged out towards Lenhart, the ball carrier. Dawkins, who we'll highlight here, is striding in behind him. Berhalter has to be aware of him. Let's play it on. And we'll pause it again. Now look how it's developing. Berhalter has to decide, do I go for the ball and anticipate, or do I watch Dawkins behind me? Lenhart, still in possession, has done very well. We'll play it on another couple of seconds. Look at this separation caused here by Dawkins, and Berhalter has decided he's going to go for it. He's going to anticipate where Lenhart puts the ball, but he gets it wrong. We'll play it on. He goes inside of Berhalter. To be fair to him, after a save by Ricketts, he clears up the danger and whacks it out for a corner. After those early exchanges, when Dawkins was doing really well against Berhalter, he did something strange. He sort of went astray and started running towards Omar Gonzalez, and Berhalter was left with a far preferable for him matchup against Steven Lenhart. And I think Berhalter grew into the game last Saturday, but it wasn't without incident early in the piece. For example, here's a long ball over the top of Greg Berhalter, and Lenhart has got the pace on him here, but he just can't quite get a decent shot away. But I think the game changes here long before LA's goalkeeping crisis. Look at how hard they're working in midfield to just break up the fluidity of the San Jose play early in the piece. Burchell is chasing down. Juninho is harassing Brad Ring in the centre of the field. Corral is closed down again by Burchell. And Juan Pablo Angel at 35 sprinting here to close down the centre half Hernandez. Long ball forward. OK, San Jose win a free kick. But that sort of harassment just threw San Jose off their stride, and it means that they didn't come forward in a coordinated fashion, and it suited Greg Berhalter, bearing in mind that he didn't have Simon Dawkins to mark. So it became a bit easier for Greg Berhalter. Look at this, they're having to go long here now, San Jose. Berhalter climbs above Lenhart, very physical battle that, and gets the defending done. This is even easier for him. Ryan Johnson chips it in, he's got Lenhart behind him, Berhalter just heads clear. He's an experienced, quality defender. He's been out for a long time. The Sounders need to test him out early. Now, Berhalter and Gonzalez played together at the centre of defence in place of AJ De La Garza, who shifted to left-back in the US Open Cup on Tuesday night. So I would expect those two, injury permitting, to start together again. Now, we all know what Landon Donovan can do in attack. You've seen him score countless goals in Major League Soccer and for the USA. But there's another attacking threat provided by the LA Galaxy midfield that has hurt the Sounders in the past. The Brazilian midfielder Juninho can make this Jabulani ball dance. He scored from 35 yards on July the 4th at the Home Depot Centre against Seattle last year. He repeated the trick, if you remember, on opening night. Remember this, everybody? No one closes Juninho down. Right-footed strike, second half. It swerves late, and it evades Casey Keller, who almost in the end, because of the swerve of the ball, actually overdived for that shot. This is just a couple of weeks ago, June the 18th. Look at that for a strike. Absolutely magnificent against the Colorado Rapids. If Juninho picks up the ball 45, 40 yards out from goal and starts advancing towards the Seattle net, the midfielders and the central defenders have to close him down, or he could hurt Seattle again. So, kick-off at the Home Depot Centre on Independence Day is at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's on ESPN2, another national audience for your Seattle Sounders FC. I'll have the call on News Talk 97.3 Cairo FM. Have a fabulous holiday weekend, everybody. For SoundersFC.com, that was your CenturyLink Scouting Report. I'm Arlo White.